Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a great time. So, let's talk about Keemstar and the recent events that more or less happened with the lolcowlive show. If you haven't known, Keem hasn't been on the show lately. Now, it could be due to a number of reasons. Mostly, I would say burnout. I mean, you can easily tell that he's been going through a lot of stress with a lot of the managing behind the scenes, a lot of different projects he's dealing with, the sort of return of drama alert that's been being pushed back more and more every month, I would say, to the point I don't really believe. I mean, he did say that he was trying to have the show, return around January. I don't believe that anymore. If anything, with the recent burnout, probably maybe push it a little further down. But I want to talk more about like his. Well, what's it? We're not really talk about. We are talking about these recent events. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But why would he do this, or what caused him to do that? Again, burnout is obviously the easiest question. The man's been doing this show for like the last 3 or 4 months by now. Like until I would say like a little bit towards the beginning. No, well, not really the beginning, but towards the middle of the whole boogie cancer arc, right around back in like June, July, August, in that period of time into now. So he's been streaming almost constantly, and then there were just like a whole month where there was like a stream every other day. And then we had the whole camping stuff right around like September into October. Right, there was a lot of big events going on in October. So you can tell that he was burnt out. And then obviously that he's been kind of doing his drunk streams where I have nothing against anybody drinking, really. Um, but you kind of tell that it went a little overboard. And then eventually, right around the election, that period of time, you could kind of start to see the cracks, right? He started to become more jaded, he started to become more disliking of other people. And it's probably due to you know, just general stress, but probably because, like they've been kind of repeating the same thing. I know Keem wants more of the guys to do more physical activities, more fit outside activity. I mean, like if anything, he could join in that if he wanted to, but he doesn't. You know, that's something we could talk about. But I feel like with things going now, would he return? I think he will return right around like Thanksgiving, right? It's usually like November, December, and even October. It's a very busy month for a lot of people. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day are like sandwiched between these 3 months, and a lot of people are busy. Not even we don't even include the religious holiday. A lot of people get busy these time of year, and someone like Keem probably is a busy man trying to keep himself busy, right? Because he doesn't need to work anymore. He doesn't need to relaunch drama outlet, right? If he really wanted to, he can do lolcowlive and he could just make his money off of that. He's admitted that a number of times. But let's get back to the whole what causes. Now, I already mentioned the event, right? The scheduling, the how many times they were streaming. I think what ended up happening was one of a member stream he had, and I think that's where it really started to show that he was just tired, right? I think what it is was that he just didn't want people coming in bringing up too much of their past, right? Because mind you, Keem has accepted that he is a low cal through and through, and one of the things about low cals is about bringing up their past. I mean, Wings get it all the time, Boogie gets it all the time. So for him to not be willing to take it, it's sort of hypocritical. But I think what caused it was somebody brought up the whole Erica. I'm sorry to pronounce his name wrong. The whole Erica stuff. If you're not aware, he used to be a big time streamer and YouTuber like years ago, right before COVID, around that period of time, like COVID, pre COVID stuff. He used to be a really big time streamer. And they had an interview, and people blame Keem for that interview. And well, someone brought that interview up during one of the member stream, and you could kind of tell that really messed with Keem. Plus, on top of drinking, If you ever had a really depressed thought and drink, you know that it isn't a good combination. And so I think with that, the election, and a few other things, the man finally cracked. Was I'm surprised it took so long than it did, because I thought it would at least happen a little earlier, but it is what it is. And what we can learn from this is, for somebody like Keem, he should be able to handle these, but you can kind of tell that, like, he's a bit soft under the skin, right? He may have a hardened exterior, but in reality, he's a lot more softer. And I think also because many people have brought up that event a number of times on the show, you can tell that it finally got to him. Which is sad, but it is part about being a locale that your past will always be brought back to. You know, even if you do a lot of good, it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. And I think Keem has to understand that. Now, do I think Keem is going to come back to the show? Yes, I 100% believe he will have to eventually come back to the show. I think he's just testing the boys out and what they can do. When this is being recorded, mind you, this is on a Monday, so he could already be back. Depending when this is being uploaded, he could be already back, or it may be back a little down the line. So I'm not sure what would happen first, but if I was to guess, he will be back right before or a little bit after Thanksgiving, because they still need to do the special 1 year anniversary video. But you know, we'll wait and see what happens. Um, I don't got much to say, but I hope you guys have a good one and be safe. Bye now.